Hi, my name is Caroline Coggins and I am in Mr. Fuller's Digital Design graduating class of 2022. So for my capstone project, I decided I wanted to do something along the lines of marketing and branding. I wanted to learn more about it, but I also had to find a way to choose a topic that I was interested in so I could stay on task and not want to bash my head in every day I came into lab. Now, not to brag or anything, but I do like to think that my capstone was a success in some way or another. So for my legacy project, I thought, hey, why not just make like a video for incoming seniors on how I chose my topics and my process for the capstone project. So here it is. Now, the project is in no way easy, whether it's about coming up with ideas, making a final decision on those ideas, how to start, where to start, whatever it is. As someone who did finish the project and enjoyed doing it, I hope to maybe help you find your way a little bit. Coming up with ideas can feel like a really daunting task when it's first presented to you. At first it kind of feels like, yes, I have the freedom to do my own project, I get to choose what I want to learn about, what I get to do, I get to set my own timelines, I don't have a teacher checking up on me all the time. But you very quickly realize that, yes, first of all, you do have a teacher checking in on you all the time, he's always there. But also you realize, maybe I have too much freedom. You really start to think of every idea you've ever had in your entire life at one time, and it gets very overwhelming very quickly. I kind of imagine that experience as the characters in Scooby-Doo or Looney Tunes when they run off a cliff and just keep running for a little bit and then they look down and fall. I'd say the first step for the whole project is to create a Google Doc and just put everything in there. Make bullet points, label everything, put pictures in there, just make sure you put your ideas down. Also, in case you haven't caught on by now, the Google Doc is going to be a lifesaver. It was for me and I hope it would be for you as well. When you're trying to narrow down a focus for your capstone, it's important to figure out what you want to learn more about and even possibly what you want to do as a career. For me, I knew I was interested in graphic design, logo work, and video editing. After discussing my options with Mr. Fuller, he suggested marketing and branding, and who would have guessed? That's what I chose and I really enjoyed doing it. Maybe you're interested in focusing on animation, videography, photography, whatever it is, you have to make sure it's a topic that interests you because this is what you're going to be working on for the next number of months, and if it doesn't interest you, you will not enjoy working on this capstone. On my Google Doc, I started to write down all my hobbies and interests and tried to brainstorm ideas and ways I could incorporate that into my capstone project. The thing I finally decided on incorporating into my project was live streaming or just content creation in general, because for as long as I can remember, I've always enjoyed watching YouTube and I've recently gotten into watching live streams. Another big thing that helped me decide to incorporate content creation and live streaming into my project is that I have a group of 3 friends that live stream on Twitch, and I decided, hey, I'll just do marketing and branding for these guys. After that, I brainstormed and decided on what things I wanted to create for them, what products I would present based on what they wanted and also what I could provide in the time allotted. I decided I would be making logos, profile pictures for them, banners for their channels, starting soon screens, and I would also be creating a TikTok account for them. So, now that you've decided what you want to do and what you want to create, where do you go from there? By this point, you've probably already decided what your topic and focus of your capstone project is going to be, so it's best if you do some research. Now, I had never marketed or branded anything, so I knew the bare minimum from previous projects I had made on my own time. I looked up tips and tricks on how to start branding the streamers I was going to be working with, and then I added those links to my Google Doc. Keeping track of deadlines and seeing what needs to be done when it needs to be done is really going to help you stay on track. Please, please, please use your calendars. I'm sure your teachers will get on you to use your calendars anyways. Now, obviously, I know you're not going to have the same topic I did, but no matter what you're doing, no matter if you have clients or not, creating a list of questions can really help you come up with ideas. You can come up with general questions like, what colors do you want to be included? Or something more specific like, what do you think success looks like? You can very easily find client questions online, but I think it's also important to come up with a list of questions on your own so that they're more targeted towards your topic. Again, these questions don't have to be just for client projects, these can also be used for just yourself. Having these questions forces whoever's answering them to think harder about what they want to see and will hopefully help you as a designer create the best product you can. My clients really had no idea what they wanted to see, so I really had to beat the answer out of them. And a lot of times it will take quite a few tries to get the best ideas out of your own mind or your client's mind. For example, I had the idea of using a graffiti type of aesthetic for one of my clients based off of the dry answers he gave me and how I knew him as a person. When I showed the graffiti designs to him, he did not like it. So after talking to him a bit more about what he did and didn't like about the design, he eventually gave up the information that he liked a little bit of the cartoony type style, which was incredibly frustrating because it was like, why didn't you tell me that earlier?
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
Alright, by this point you should have your capstone's general topic, ideas of the products you want to work on, and you should also have questions with answers that will hopefully lead you in the right direction. Continuing to use your Google Doc, you should still write down answers and ideas, but now you should also start creating mood boards. By this point in your career, I'm sure you know what mood boards are, but for those who aren't sure, mood boards are usually just a collection of pictures that you can use to draw inspiration from. I usually add examples of logos and graphics that other people have made that follow along the theme that I'm going to be following or that I think I might be following, just so I can get some ideas. As you can see, I added other streamers' logos, video games my clients play, font styles, and just other themes I thought would fit and other elements that they told me they wanted included in the brand. I also added in color palettes, which is something I will go over later. I know when I first started at DACC, I was skeptical about using mood boards because it kind of felt like I was cheating in a way. I was worried that people would think I was copying someone else's work. In reality, mood boards aren't used to just copy what other people made. It's more to have those moments of, I saw how this artist used this aesthetic, I now realize that I want to include that in my own project. Like I said earlier, color palettes were another thing I decided to add to my mood boards. Colors have a lot of meaning behind them, and there's a whole psychology side to it, but honestly, if you just want to choose like blue and orange or pink and green because of your favorite colors and they look good together, then I say go for it. Since my project was client-based, I went off of what colors they wanted, and then I just filled in the gaps from there. One guy wanted something fun and cartoony, so I went with the bright colors. Another guy wanted a darker theme, and he knew he wanted blue included, so I kept with the cool colors. Whenever I'm looking for color palettes to add to my mood boards, I always use the website Coolers, and they have a wide variety of colors you can choose from, and even if you can't think of a color, they have something there for you. Capstone is very time consuming and at times very stressful. It's tough to stay focused and stay motivated to work on the same project for a few months, and I don't think you'll find anyone who will tell you it's easy. I certainly had plenty of days where I wished I could work on anything else simply because I was super burnt out and felt like all the creativity had been sucked out of me. Advice that I stand by to stay on top of things is to use your peers. Most of the people sitting around you are going to be creative and are going to have opinions and ideas that you never even would have thought of before. Now, I'm not saying make Capstone into a group project because you're not allowed to do that, but I'm just saying that when you're stuck, use your resources, find inspiration from those around you. Also, don't be afraid to take breaks when they're needed. It helps no one to stay stuck in your seat, head empty with nothing getting done. Well, I think that's pretty much everything I have to offer you. I hope that at least one thing I've said has helped you a little bit. Is Capstone difficult? Yes. Is it impossible? No. If you choose the right topic and the right course, I promise it's a lot of fun and it goes by way quicker. So with that, I wish you luck on your capstone projects. Also, I'm going to ask you a favor. Please keep your teachers on their toes. Don't make their jobs too easy.